Hi, Jason with Champion Fitness Training, and today is our video series. We're in part 2 and part 3 of our senior fitness guidelines of the American College of Sports Medicine. We're going to go through 5 exercises. Well, let's backtrack a little bit. American College of Sports Medicine recommends doing exercise for each body group. So we're going to do one chest exercise, one back exercise, a shoulder exercise, a leg exercise. We're also going to throw in a total body movement with that as well. So this is part 2, part 3 of that series where we're focusing exclusively on resistance training. And today I'm going to bring in a longtime client of mine, Sety. She's going to come over. She's going to demonstrate these exercises for us. We'll go through some variations and that you can do with the movements as well, and get you started with your resistance training program. So first exercise that we're going to do is a dumbbell squat, curl and press. Charlie's just going to get in her stance, a little bit wider and hip width apart. She's going to squat down, just like you would, holding the dumbbells aside and go into a bicep curl. You just press them up overhead. The biggest thing is you want to make sure you have good control of the movement as you're doing these resistance exercises. As you can see, control over speed. And just a nice, good focus and good posture and staying upright throughout the entire movement. So, I mean, rep range, you would refer back to the article, but generally 8 to 12 reps for strength, 10 to 15 more for endurance is the rep ranges by the ACSM. All right, so for our second exercise here, we've got a couple of resistance bands here. You're not necessarily limited to do this exercise just with resistance bands. If you do have a gym membership or go to a gym, you can simulate the same exercise with the cable machine there as well. But what Charlie's going to do is she's going to get set up here for the chest press. She can bring her arms out a little bit on either side, 90-degree band, and she's going to just press and extend her arms straight out in front of you. Go ahead. Nice, good control. Scoot out a little bit too, Charlie, if you could. There you go. Get a little more resistance on that. A little bit slower with the movement. We want to make sure we have good control. There we go. So she's standing in a split stance because that's going to give her the most basic support. If you need to go for more challenge or want more challenge, you can actually put your feet together and stand in a hip width stance, and that's going to challenge the core a little bit more. Still executing the same movement. And then if you want to turn it into a total body exercise, you can actually add a lunge movement to it as well. So go ahead and show them with a lunge. Just going forward. Just going to get the heart rate up a little bit as well as you're doing the exercise. So a lot of variations you can do with that. You know, obviously the first one would be the good starting point, and then the other 2 variations would be as you press. Okay. Okay, so third exercise is basically we're just reversing what we did with the chest press. Now we're doing more of a row motion. Charlie's going to get set up here with her feet. She's going to take a little wider stance for me, hip width apart, and now she's going to pull with her elbows going in, bring her shoulder blades together, good control both directions. So just a real basic row motion, which is going to work more of your back muscles. Now, variations with this that we can add to, we can throw into a squat and combine it with a squat row. So she'll go down into a squat now, come up and pull. So again, more total body work, incorporating the legs, incorporating the upper body, and also with that and working more muscles, we can get a little bit of cardiovascular benefits to this as well. Another variation could be a reverse lunge. So she'll go into a reverse lunge, and as she comes up out of the lunge, brings her feet together, she gets a pull, just like that. Bear in mind, Charlie's been training with me for 6.5 years, so she started off with all the basics, but so if you do this consistently, it gives you you have a lot of variation, a lot of things that you can do to continue to challenge your body and progress and get stronger. Okay, so next exercise now we're going to get set up with is a stationary lunge. So, and I like this because Charlie's a good example of just progress over time and consistency. When I first started training with her, we started with a stationary lunge, working on her balance, and just working on getting a good foundation of strength. So with that in mind, she's going to start out with her stance, split stance on the ball of her foot, back foot just goes straight down, straight up. Now if she needed to, she can go arms out to the side. If she needed extra balance help, where you're starting out. You could even have a stick of some sort, or use a wall, use a chair if you really struggle with balance in starting this movement. And then of course, over the course of time, you can go ahead and stop, Charlie. You can progress into the regular lunges, where you go to a forward lunge. Go ahead and show them a forward lunge for us. And then a backwards lunge. Again, staying nice and upright, keeping weight on her front leg. Nice, good control, good strength. Normally she doesn't do with body weight. Normally I give her 200-pound dumbbells. So, well, maybe not 200-pounders, but we work on that strength component of it as well. So yeah, and then of course many more variations we go to on top of that, but we'll just keep it simple for today. And let's go to our last exercise. Okay, exercise 5, dumbbell scaption. Essentially what this is, it's very similar to a dumbbell lateral raise. So the difference with scaption is the way Charlie's set up here, she's got her palms facing in, but what I'm going to do is we're going to have them rotate out, and she's going to lift, keeping her palms facing forward. And what that does is that actually creates more space here in the shoulder area. A lot of times, whether you're senior or not, we have kind of a rounded posture around her shoulder, and we kind of get some impingement, what's called shoulder impingement in that area. So a good alternative to the lateral raise for that reason is doing a dumbbell scaption, because we're still working the deltoids here, we're still working it through the biceps, but we're also putting the shoulder in a better position and less risk of injury or impingement. So, and just like all the other ones, 8 to 12 repetitions for strength, 10 to 15 for endurance. And Charlie's just going to keep on going even when the camera stops. Jason with Champion Fitness Training, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 3 next month.